Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-June 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business and start you off with an oracle card, as always, just to dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cancerian collective. My guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Cancer here in mid-June as we get closer and closer to Cancer season here? And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into in this time, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. What do we got for Cancer? My guides. One nice card from my friends. There it is. Thank you. All right, yeah, this is a very common type of energy that I see with water signs often. This could be surrounding sleep and rest, recovery, recuperation. It's an interesting type of card. You see all the imagery there, and we'll talk about it. Before we do, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look here at this card. So we see this individual, they're wearing a nightcap, they got their PJs on, surrounded by this etheric type of background. There's dream catchers, literally, and nonsensical things happening. The little rats dancing down at the bottom. So when I see this card, I do think of sleep. That's the first thing I always think of. So hopefully you're not having issues sleeping. Spirit could be asking you to make sure you're getting rest. Maybe you're having interesting dreams in this time. So Spirit might be trying to talk to you, send you messages via the dream state. But this card can also represent the realm of imagination to me. That's why I said this shows up often for water signs in my readings, because water signs are very imaginative, in tune with the unseen type of energies. So Spirit might be asking you to really let loose through creative means, whatever that is, whether it's art, writing, music, some sort of way to release that energy into this world might help yourself and the world around you. So we're just going to place that here. Make sure you're getting proper rest, though, when that card shows up. Okay, let's get into tarot. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. But yeah, we're going to get you 3 of these in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. Shuffle it up here for the Cancerians, please. My guides and spirit team, what's up with my friends? So, last week's reading was pretty interesting. It was titled The Big Rejection. Now, that doesn't mean that you're getting rejected or you're rejecting someone. Of course, it can mean that. But to me, it did feel like there was someone or something that, like, energetically, even physically, you're not about it, right? That was showing up big time. And remember, those energies could still bleed over into this current week. But we're going to hope for something a little more optimistic. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to. Let's get you 3 cards, though. What do we got for Cancer this week, my gods? Thank you. All right, we're starting good here. We got the 10 of Cups. I don't want to get too excited just yet, but this is a nice card to start this reading off with. Let's get you 2 more and really start to break this down. Okay, 2 of Wands, manifesting, creating, planning. Could be choosing as well. I like the 2 of Wands. It's a good card. Let's get you 1 more, and we'll really start to piece this together. There's some plan, there's some strategy afoot as well. What do we got? All right, 7 of Swords. That's a card we may have to watch out for, my friends. So we're going to have to talk about this, Cancer. It seems to be a lot of things happening here, whether it's one situation or multiple. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff going. Now, at first glance, when I look down at this spread, there's some really good positive here, but there could also be a little warning here on the back end. Okay, we got air, we got fire, we got water. So there's different elements that could mean different areas of life or aspects about yourself. So let's go through one by one. Starting us off, we have one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. We have the 10 of Cups. It's a beautiful energy, a beautiful card, usually of wish fulfillment, emotional completions. To me, this is a card of happy endings when we see it. So I love whenever it shows up in a reading, even though it's here in the very beginning of the spread. The 10 of Cups, yes, it could deal with family members, those that you're closest connected to. It could also deal with the home, your living situation. So the clarifier for this could be very important. But when we see the 10 of Cups, we think of various different wins and victories. But the fact that we have the 7 of Swords here on the back end, we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Now, moving forward through the reading, we have the 2 of Wands taken up the exact center. And it seems like a fork in the road, right? We have a 2 in the center, we have one path, and we have another. The 2 of Wands, like all 2s in tarot, could represent being at a crossroads. Some of you may feel like in life you're at some sort of make or break point or at a crossroads. This could represent decisions, choices, partnerships as well. But this is a big card of planning whenever I see it. There's also somebody that could be waiting on something. So this somebody possibly in a waiting pattern, waiting to see how something shakes out, whatever it might be. So this is another interesting card that we're going to want to clarify, especially if there's a situation, there could be like a little coin flip, pardon me, where it could go one way or it could go the other. I'm kind of getting that vibe here initially before we even get into the clarifiers. Now, as we break over to the back end, right next to the fire, we have the 7 of Swords. This card, it could give us a couple of warnings here, right? I'm not going to get too down about it. I'm not going to get too worrisome about this 7 of Swords. All cards in tarot have positives and negatives. The positives of this card, it could just represent something that's a little bit out of your view, something you don't quite see. It could be unexpected. It could be situations, yeah, there could be a little secrecy or just something that's not in plain view when we see this card. However, there's another side to the 7 of Swords where it could be a very big warning about specific people and their motives. This is a card that could represent liars, thieves, untrustworthy individuals as well, or you know the vein I'm talking about here. So it's interesting that we have this really good positive, but on the back end we have a possible big warning that we're going to really want to take a look at. And when we look at how all these elements play off each other, the fact that right next to this fire we have the air, it could be a little combustible and it could represent something that comes along suddenly. Now, as I was mentioning, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. The clarifier will really tell us the tale. So we may have a little mixed bag here with some positive and some possible warnings, right? Sometimes life is like that. But let's go through real quick, Cancer. I really want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, so we're going to get a good shuffle here and reset this deck for you, my friends. Let's see what's going on, my guides. What do we got for Cancer here? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that 10 of Cups. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to the Cancerians, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, 10 of Cups time. Really want to get over to that 7 of Swords, but we'll take our time. Why is that 10 of Cups here? Thank you. Page of Swords. Okay. Yeah, you might see something very clearly, or your vision or what makes you happy or what your end goal is. You could see it very clearly. It's not a mystery to you what your final victory is or what your final goal could be. And it could be very much attainable. We have the Page of Swords in the upright here underneath this 10 of Cups. Now, for a portion of you, I feel like this could be some really exciting or good news coming in. This page isn't always a challenge, right? When I see the Page of Swords, yes, it could be defensive, but all pages are students and they're messengers. And it's just giving me that those initial 2 messages that, one, whatever your happy ending is, whatever your wish fulfillment is, it's no mystery, right? Like, it might be something very simple for you, what will really make you happy and make you feel complete. But for another portion of you with this messenger, this could easily be some really exciting or good news coming in for a lot of you. Now, of course, we still have a lot of cards to go, and we're going to see how this all plays out. But I'm liking this Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is also the watcher of the tarot deck, so maybe someone's got their eyes on, right? This could be someone who has you under their microscope. We're not going to get too scary like that because we still have a lot to go. So let's just move over to the 2 of Wands. I don't really want to complicate that message too much. It is what it is, right? So let's see what's up with that 2 of Wands. Now, if I start seeing something concerning under this 2 of Wands, like maybe someone's got their eyes on, we'll see what's up. So why is that 2 of Wands here? Especially with that 7 of Swords on the back end. What's up with that 2 of Wands, please? And the deck is being specific for you now. There we go. What is this hidden type of energy showing up? We have the Ace of Swords in reverse underneath this 2 of Wands. Okay. Maybe there is somebody who has some motives that are unseen, unknown right now. That could absolutely be it. Now, the Ace of Swords in reverse, usually to me, that could be very similar to the Seven of Swords on the back end, like a little dishonest or not truthful. But to me, it just feels like somebody that's hiding their motives in some sort of way. Like, take that for what it's worth. Now, it's connected to this page and this Two of Wands. I could absolutely see that, like, there is somebody that is watching your moves, or you might have someone under your microscope, like you got your eye on them. So I'm getting somebody watching here, watching and analyzing, seeing how something plays out. But I'm also getting this, I don't want to say it's like unseen plans, but it's someone just saying like, no, not everybody needs to know why I do this, why I do that. Like, keeping their motives a little secure for whatever reason. Okay? That's like the main vibe I'm picking up here. I don't really want to overcomplicate this or add messages that I don't feel belong. We're going to move over to the Seven of Swords. Then we'll do a quick recap before I get you into the shadow card. So it's interesting. I want to see if this is a warning, because there is like exciting news, some hidden things. Like, there's an obscured energy here for some reason, Cancer. Like a hidden, obscured energy, which I don't always see in Cancer readings. But why is that Seven of Swords here? Please. Maybe this will give us an answer. Why is that Seven of Swords? Thank you. Tower in reverse. There is somebody absolutely trying to avoid some fallout here, or really trying to hide how much something affects them as well. There might be certain situations you're going through or that are happening around you that you might not be directly related to, but are affecting you in ways that you don't want to speak about. Like, this is a very, I don't want to say odd type of reading, but the Tower in reverse to me does speak about Tower moments that have already happened or trying to avoid those. Okay, so I'm catching someone possibly doing damage control, and like with the hidden motives, like there could absolutely be someone trying to avoid disaster or avoid a complete and total fallout here. And with what I'm seeing right here in the front end, yeah, I'm still getting this vibe that even though we have good things, there could be someone that has eyes on in some sort of way. There might be a very specific warning about a person and their motives. So I would beware of the company you keep in this time, especially with all these things, how they're stacking up, because you might not know why they're doing this or what they're planning. Just keep your head on a swivel here, especially with this Tower in reverse, because this is still the energy of shock. Unexpected, hidden, obscured. I'm getting a lot of these types of energies in this reading overall, Cancer. Okay, and I do know Cancerians are very intuitive individuals, like extremely psychic. So like you might intuitively feel this and know this anyway. But let's go through and do a quick recap here, Cancer. We'll try to piece this all together before we get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Ten of Cups with the Page of Swords in the upright. Initially, to me, this did feel like somebody possibly saying like, or someone coming in with some good or exciting news, which feels really good. Hopefully it's not like a red herring of some sort, but a lot of you could really receive some good, exciting news. This is also someone that knows what makes them happy, knows what they want to do, what way they want to go, which is good. The vision is clear. But when we get to the center, this is where it starts getting a little wonky, because we have the Two of Wands with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This was giving me the vibe of somebody trying to keep their true motives under wraps for whatever reason, especially next to this Page of Swords, how this all connects. This could easily be like somebody keeping eyes, assessing a situation. So you might be doing that, or somebody else might be. But when we get to the back end, we have the Seven of Swords with the Tower in reverse, like somebody trying to avoid a disaster or avoid a fallout. And like I said, with all this hidden, all this obscure type of energy, I would absolutely watch those around you and the company you keep in this time. I feel like this is simple, straightforward. There are some warnings here this week. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you into the shadow card now, Cancer. You know me, when like these warning type messages show up, I'm not going to like write it into the ground. It is what it is. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. Maybe we'll get a little more clarity here. What's in the shadows, Cancer? Could be someone with eyes on. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end of a reading. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So let's see what's in the shadows here for Cancer, please. Thank you. Queen of Wands, this is a card of self-confidence. Now, for a portion of you, I always find it intriguing when the Queen of Wands shows up in the shadows. To me, this is a big card of self-confidence and how one feels about themselves, like self-worth and how they look and feel. Now, the Queen of Wands, for a portion of you, this could represent a fire sign that you have quite a bit of history with. Okay, there could still be shadows in regards to that. It could even represent older feminine figures, mother figures, things of that sort whenever there's a queen. But to me, she is fiery. I always say with wand court cards, watch where you're putting your energy. Don't put too much energy into individuals or situations that don't deserve it when this type of card shows up. But there could be, I don't want to say issues, but there could be shadows surrounding how you view yourself in this time. Okay, are you being too hard on yourself? Are you not forgiving yourself? I mean, everyone is prone to do that from time to time. And when she shows up in the shadows, it is Spirit saying, like, listen, you are beautiful, you are loved, be confident in yourself, and don't be so hard on yourself. Treat yourself with love is a big thing when we have this Queen of Wands in the shadows. Okay, so yeah, Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the May subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced in my community tab after this week's fire and air readings. But for the month of June, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one explains how you're feeling currently right now. Which one are you vibing with? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you next time.